In the modern era, after World War II, atheistic existentialists took up Kierkegaard's concepts and ideas and focus on our ability to make decisions and combined it with the atheism that grew out of both world wars. The idea that it was really difficult to believe in God anymore, given what God seemed to allow in terms of suffering and horror. What they did now, though, is they said, okay, so we lose this objective sense of meaning in life. So life is meaningless if God doesn't exist, and the world frustrates everything we wish that it was. It's absurd. It makes no sense. We're just thrown into the universe. We just happen to exist. We don't have any say in it. Chance tends to rule our lives. It's full of horror. And again, it lacks transcendent meaning if God doesn't exist. What do we do then? They say, well, it's going to be tempting for us to give in to despair. But they think that this is cowardly. The second thing is they think that most human beings, how they deal with it is distraction. So think about yourself. Are you always worried about being quiet? Like driving your car, do you always have the radio on? Do you always have a phone to fill in every single moment of your life so that boredom disappears? Cell phones, more than anything, have allowed for the extinction of boredom. And the atheistic existentialist thinks that boredom is something that gnaws at the back of our mind and makes us feel that perhaps our lives are meaningless. So they want us to turn from distractions, accept the fact that life is meaningless and absurd. And when we do that, we can intentionally make decisions to define who we want to be. For Kierkegaard, you can get this sense at times that he wants us to move back to who God intended us to be, that there is some ultimate self that God intended for us. For the atheistic existentialist, you're a blank canvas. You get to create yourself. But that's scary because you have to accept responsibility, firstly, for your life and what it's going to be. And you've got to keep in mind the fact that your life ultimately is meaningless and absurd, but that you're going to rebel against it and inject meaning into it.